Say this. The word desensitized and the idea of being desensitized to violence is not a real thing. What you're really talking about is moral fragmentation. The reason I bring this up is because people are doing this leap in not only logic, but historical narrative. Violence has been happening in the world since the inception of the world, especially since humans decided they want to commit violent acts against each other. And all of a sudden we've become desensitized to violence. No, we haven't. We're not even desensitized to unaliving. We're actually very sensitive. Some of us have a lot of empathy, but controlling that empathy is important. I'm going to quote this from a movie, but don't take it as something silly. I'm going to expand upon it further. There's a line in the movie Training Day where the guy who's not Denzel, I forgot the guy's name, says, the streets are about controlling your smiles and cries. Your smiles and cries. And in this situation, controlling having empathy and no empathy is a sign of intelligence, high intelligence. We can't run around giving everybody that bleeds or even anybody who is unalived all our empathy. Where's all this empathy for individuals who are incarcerated who have been unalived and they were innocent? I don't see you people talking about the Innocence Project. Oh, that's right. Because these specific people don't matter to you because they're the discardables. And also, you all aren't so morally attuned with anything or ethical when nobody's going straight up vegan. Okay, you aren't becoming the thing that for which the world you want to be, in the world you want to be in. So this whole narrative about like people lacking empathy, we're so accustomed to violence. There's plenty of people who get nauseous at the idea of unaliving or seeing unaliving. There's plenty of people who can't work in certain fields because of the unsettling nature of unaliving. So what are you talking about? When I hear people say this, I'm just like, just say that you are incredibly cowardice. Instead of just using a simplified word to describe what actually you're expressing, which is that you're living in a cowardice idealism, you're going behind, I just want everybody to love each other. Not everybody loves each other. We don't live in that world. We haven't lived in that world since the world was conceived. Even when, because I hear this narrative all the time about people who want to say that like white people or Europeans like conquered over the place and was destroying stuff and blah, blah, blah. Well, that was true, but there were wars and other stuff and fighting that was happening with other people as well. Now, was it to this extreme extent and this brutality? No. But to act like it wasn't happening is to really have collective historical amnesia and also amnesia to your own like inner thoughts. This is denying your own inner thoughts. Now, not everybody can afford a therapist. And it's just ironic to me that people are like, we know we don't have health care. We know we can't afford anything. We can't afford dental insurance. We can't afford health insurance. We can't afford mental health. And yet you're telling people they shouldn't feel this way. Why wouldn't they feel this way? We're living in an environment that's literally creating the circumstances for which people can have mental delusion or the lack of, as you say, empathy, for which I don't really think that's true. Do I think Americans are uniquely unempathetic? Yeah, but I also think that's like specifically certain demographics who are allowed to have certain ideologies. Go back to that video where I literally pulled up a document from the government website where it talked about how the concept of whiteness is considered a parasitic and malignant condition, right? It decays the mind for individuals who believe that they are superior. Again, racism is narcissism wrapped up in this bow. And so when I hear people say, oh, we gotta have empathy, no, we don't. And our bodies have collected this narrative to understand who should get empathy and who shouldn't. And for those of you who are having these weird conflicting things, I can't help you. I'm not your therapist, and I don't care about you enough to care to put any effort into explaining this further. It's already a 5-minute video. There you go.